Charlie Crull here from Cruise and Tour. Now we're headed off to Cambodia and Vietnam. We can't sell the beauty of Southeast Asia short here. When you look at the pictures here, whether it's Angkor Wat, whether it's the Mekong River, the lush vegetation that we will be seeing as we travel, the freshwater dolphins that sometimes tail the boat, it's unlike any other experience you'll find because it's such a diverse wildlife and landscape.
Yeah, I think, you start off in a cityscape in Ho Chi Minh City, and then, obviously along the river, it's, one part about cruising, like if you think about ocean cruising, like there's an ocean, but, as you're enjoying that, yoga session or that cocktail on a top deck, you've got floating, landscapes changing all the time. And in one case, we'll hop off the boat and float over to a floating market, because that's, what villagers do. They go from their village that we've just passed 10 miles ago and another one here, and they all gather together in this really cool community gathering where we get to kind of float right into there and see what they're selling in their boats.
And we know that there are some places that view tourists as an inconvenience. That's not the situation in Cambodia or Vietnam.
No, it's the exact opposite. In fact, these people will make your vacation because they want you there. They want to show you their country. They take deep pride in showing you their country, so they're genuinely interested in having those interactions with you.
Charlie, how do you pick your tour guides or your local experts? Because that can make it or break it.
Yeah, absolutely. So our product director, Bethany, spent years in this location to pick a lot of these experiences that we just talked and create these personal relationships. So it's all based on the personal relationships that we have there, knowing, all right, Guy and Gail, we've got a group of Detroiters or Michiganders coming here. We're going to put the perfect guide with them who knows, these guys want to have some fun. They want to be immersed. They don't want, to be hassled with the details. And so that one specifically is from Bethany's personal relationships that she has in that region. So it's a hand-picked guide for this trip here.
So people are, when they go on these trips, they are really immersed in the culture and in the people, and that's what a lot of travelers want now. They want to really learn about where they are going and have somebody really tell them what's happening.
Yeah, it went from, kind of going on a bus and driving past something to now walking past it, now to going in it. So, an example, a couple examples on this trip that we've got coming up here. We're going to be doing a cooking class where they're going to learn how to make spring rolls.
Make sure you have the Cambodian Fire Department somewhere beside me.
Obviously, wellness is a big trend in travel. So every morning, guys like, hey, we'd love to get on top of, we own the boat. Let's go on and do some yoga. So we're going to be doing, yoga, and each day, if you think about, we're going to be in a different setting, doing that. Instead of just kind of walking up to the Grand Palace that we're going to visit, we're actually going to get on one of those 3-wheel bikes and ride up there. And, so you're really kind of seeing and doing, we're going to be doing a monk blessing where we go to a meditation center and learn about that, but also participate in the blessing. We're going to be doing some dancing lessons for you and Gail here. We're actually even going to do a cocktail making competition on board, to learn some Vietnamese cocktails. I think Gail and Guy are going to challenge the guests to a little competition. So
we are.
It's gonna be those types of experiences that you can't really quantify in terms of value, what those mean until you've actually had them, and then you come home saying, wow, this was way more than I possibly could have imagined it being.
Give us a sense of the values that are out there and how our listeners can navigate these value concerns.
Yeah, I think, a couple of things are really prevalent in the top kind of trends of travel right now. And one of them is when people are thinking about where they're going to go and what they're going to do, value is at the top of that. What I'm going to spend, but what am I going to get for what I spend? But, when we talk about the value of this trip, a lot of people go on and they say, like, what does this cost me? And you've got to think about it in terms of, well, this is a 2-week vacation. What would it take me to figure out how to put together this 2-week vacation, all these places to go? How do I know I'm going to have great guides or get, the best value for my experience or eat in incredible restaurants? And, so when you kind of list this off, not only do you fly there, but we're flying on Singapore Airlines, which is literally the #1 best airline in the world. We've got great hotel accommodations in the perfect locations at the beginning and the end. of the trip. You're obviously on our own private boat for 7 days. You have expert guides. You have all your meals included. Like think about when there's 29 meals, what that could add up to
Wow.
on a
Yes.
if you're doing this on your own. And the thing about these meals is you're not going to be sitting there ordering from a menu. You're going to be they're going to be bringing out their local favorites, so you could try kind of everything. And you don't have to pick and choose. And if you like something, you get to know that. All right, I'm going to try this here. I'm going to try that there. And so your gratuities, the visa cost, your taxes, your fees, all of that kind of stuff is included in the package. So when you look at the price, you start saying, wow, 2 weeks, like to do that. Those are the types of experiences folks are really looking to have nowadays here.
And by the way, we should point out Kevin's got a trip underway. Paul and Kim have a trip underway. There's a lot of other things, but this Cambodia trip is going to be a first for you and WJR, and we look forward to it. Charlie, thanks so much.
Hey, really appreciate you guys giving me the time today. It's been a blast hanging out with you today.
WJRTravelClub.com. Charlie Crull, president of Cruise and Tour.